What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. We are back with a shoulders and arm session. This is going to be great. I got Jake coming down today. Jake is one of my clients. You may have seen him on the channel before, but he's just one of my long-term clients that I've been up to see many times. He's come to see me many times. So we are going to get a good session today. Had a rest day yesterday. Thought I'd give you a little bit of a prep update. I was 102.9 kilos this morning. You guys followed me in the off season. I got up to 107. So I've dropped like 4 kilos in the first couple of weeks. And if you guys have done a big cut before, you know you tend to lose a little bit. You tend to lose a lot of glycogen and a lot of water and a lot of bloat in that first couple of weeks, accounting for the big weight loss. But I feel way leaner. I definitely look way leaner. Performance in the gym is going pretty well. I've changed a few things in terms of like my food is just been changed again. So I'm down to like 550 carb on training days, down from 750. So I'm down like 800 calories. About 3,400 calories on my training days. I'm about 2,600 on my non-training days. With lower carbohydrates, about 200 on non-training days. And all my cardio at the moment is just on non-training days, the same as it was in off-season, because I did off-season cardio year round. 140 beats per minute instead of 120, just to kind of burn a little bit more calories. I also tend to try and use harder machines just to try and move a bit more. And I'm also walking on my steps 12,000 instead of 10,000. That's pretty much the only changes. We know our variables. We know that there is an equation, input, output, to make our deficit. So we're just mastering those, which is pretty cool. I've got to be a little bit more careful. You guys, like, YouTube took down my last video, which had 400,000 views, and it was basically me explaining what happened to me when I took steroids for 4 months with blood work before and after, with no saying you should do this at any point. Pure education. They took it down. No idea why, because I've got videos up there with me injecting myself, which is crazy. So I've got to be a little bit more careful. I was thinking about a member site. I was thinking about that, but I don't want to charge you guys for this information just yet. So yeah, so I'm in a crossroads as to where to put this information about what I'm taking and all that kind of stuff, because YouTube don't want me to do it. I've also got to respect what my coach is saying, so that's the way it is. Let's go fucking train, baby! What's up, guys? So I'm going to talk you through my session today. I haven't done one of these in a long time, so I'm going on to a shoulders and arm session today. You guys have followed me for a while. I'm trying to build this fitness up top. I'm trying to build that men's physique look, which comes with the cap belts, which comes with the full arms, full chest, back and whatnot. So today we've got a shoulders and arm session. We are starting off with crucifix lateral raises. We are focusing on the abduction, but also the external rotation at the top to really isolate that lateral head. We're using a bench for security, take the core out, and just completely isolate this delt. We are filling it with blood. We are getting safe before we mechanically load it. We're still working to failure. We have warmed up through the pins. We're now into a top set here. I'm going to do one set of 6 to 10, one set of 10 to 15, and that's going to be it. So isolation is done, shoulder girdle, shoulder health is there, we're warm, we are mobile. We are now going into our loading set. This is 1.25 kilos up on last week, so I had 81.25 to 7. This is 82.5. So I'm either going to try and match the reps, maybe get one less, and work that up over time.
Drive, come on. Hey! Drive, come on.
So we have warmed up, we have got blood flowing, we have now mechanically loaded, we are now working metabolically. We are going to throw in as much blood into that muscle as we can. So we've done 2 loading sets on these lateral raises, seated, chest supported, so we take out any core work, any momentum. We are now isolating the lateral head and throwing as much blood in there as possible. So we're doing a set of 12 to 15 with an ISO hold, a failure ISO hold. If you can get 10 seconds, 15 seconds, great. If you can get 20, keep going. And then we're throwing in partials at the end. So this is our 3rd set, ISO hold. Let's get it. So we are onto arms. We've done the bulk of our shoulders. We've rinsed, destroyed them. Moving on to some biceps and triceps. I missed the biceps, sorry about that. But we did a unilateral curl, 1 loading set, 1 metabolic set, so higher rep set with a drop set, ISO, hold and a partial, just to drive blood in there. We are now onto a cable crossover. We're going to get into that fully lengthened range and move through the whole range of motion with some crossovers, using the cuffs to hold. Again, 1 loading set, 1 metabolic set. So we've loaded the triceps during our crossovers. We are now going to metabolically fuck them. We are using occlusion training, blood flow restriction training. We're essentially just trying to push as much blood into the muscle as possible. These occlusion bands will allow blood flow in, but stop it from coming out. So you just blow up, create a lot of metabolic damage, and earn some triceps. Before you knock me for it, Google it, look at the research, fuck you. 1 set of 30 to get the blood in there, 3 sets of 15. 30-second rest. replicating the triceps, but with biceps. Same thing, 30 reps, fill them with blood, 3 sets of 15 after. Becomes way less about the form and just about pushing blood into that muscle. So don't mind the lackluster eccentrics. We're just trying to pump blood, pump blood. The eccentric work is done, the damage is already done, we're now just blowing them up. Meal 4. I can quickly brief you on my food. So my food has changed a little bit. First of all, that was a great session. I'm going to talk to you about how I set up training a little bit later on in this video, but for right now, I've made some decent changes to my food, made another change today, sorry. So I've been pulling down in 50 carb increments. I've done 4 of these so far. So I started at 750. I am now down to 550 on training day. So 550 carb, 225 protein, and 50 fat on training days. On non-training days it is 225 protein and 200 carb, so just 200 carb, and about 90 fat. So fat goes up, carbs come down. We have less glycogen demand, less demand for glycogen on a non-training day. Also, having a lower rest day allows for more food around the training window, which allows for more recovery. It allows energy to be pretty good throughout a workout. I am going to move my workouts to after 2 meals. So at the moment I eat and then I train because I don't have any morning cardio, but eventually I'm going to be doing fasted cardio. Well, I prefer to do fasted cardio just because it gets my mind right. So I'll do fasted cardio, come back, eat twice, and then I'll go train, and then I'll come back and have my evening eventually when it gets to that. But for right now, I'm going to stick to the 1 meal. Which is pretty cool. It's pretty even meals, just changing protein sources. So I had whey for breakfast, whey for post-workout, chicken now, beef in my next meal. I tend to have salmon on my rest days, just so I'm making sure I'm hitting my EFAs for the week. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much my food update. So it's about 3,500 calories on training days and about 2,600 on non-training days. And we are losing weight on that, so it's pretty cool. Oh, hello. I didn't expect to see you there. Let me talk about my training to finish off this video. There is method to the madness. Not everyone likes to go for the low volume, high frequency, high intensity approach, but it's my approach. I really find it suits my personality the most, being able to just really take a set, balls to the wall. But there's method to the madness. More often than not, I'm always doing an isolation first. Why? To blow some blood into the muscle. If I'm focusing on chest, I'm focusing on a fly movement. If I'm doing back, I'm doing a pullover movement. If I'm doing legs, I'm doing my adductors. Not only does it get blood safely into the joint, lubrication safely into the joint, it also warms the muscle up and readies it. It sturdies that neurological connection to the muscle before you heavily load it. Anecdotally, I always find getting a bit of a chest pump and feeling it before I go into my big presses, I really find I connect to my chest much more when I'm pressing. So if you've not tried it, try some pump work pre, and don't go crazy there. You don't need to be doing 3, 4, 5 sets. It's just 1, 2 sets, maybe a rest pause just to really drive blood in there and get everything safe after priming yourself properly for what you need to do. After we have warmed up, we've accumulated a little bit of volume but not really much fatigue, we then hit the big hitters. We go for that mechanical tension, we go for that overload, the mechanical tension portion of hypertrophy where we just need to get strong. This is where rep ranges will be slightly lower, maybe a 5 to 8, 6 to 10, and only 2 sets. Lower volume so you can recover from it and be able to hit that same thing in a couple weeks after, or a couple rotations after. No more than 2, maybe 3 compound movements if you're on a very low type of thing, but mostly it's just 2 compound movements, 2 sets each, 1 heavy, 1 back off. That's it. Straight recovery when you need to. And then you'd move into your pump work, your higher hypertrophy type work. This would really start to focus on the metabolic side of things, pushing more blood into that muscle, will essentially activate some hypertrophy the same way that mechanical tension will. So you're cutting yourself short if you don't assess all three types of or all of the aspects of hypertrophy. So we've warmed up nicely, we've mechanically loaded, now we throw in some metabolic work, some metabolite work. This will be your higher drop sets, your rest pauses, your higher rep ranges, and really just trying to blow that muscle up. This is why you saw me do the occlusion training earlier, just to kind of blow up everything. That's pretty much how I train, pretty much across the board. It seems to be really efficient, it seems to work very, very well. I'll work like ISO holds into there, I'll fail negatively, I'll do partials, and I'll really push it till failure on the end. So yeah, it's pretty good. I am on to week 3 of prep. There's lots to come, full days of eating, a day in the lives, how I make money video, loads of other different things that are going to be coming. So stay tuned. Follow me on Instagram if you don't, at Josh Bridgman. Follow my podcast at Bridging the Gap. There is plenty more episodes going to be coming. I'm going to put in a formal one a day on this prep so I can stay true to it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. More coming soon. Peace, everybody.